So hey guys, what's up, it's your favorite cousin. Welcome back to another video. I want to say first and foremost, happy Monday. And you already know I try to come on here and motivate you in some type of way, and I'm a straight shooter. I like to get straight to the point, so let's talk about it. You are having so many people in your life that once took you for granted in a frenzy. And what I mean by that is these people are regretting the way that they treated you. And I guarantee you, if they can go back and turn the hands of time, they would turn the hands of time and have another chance, another second with you in life. Because now they realize that you were not the problem and you were a good person and you love them genuinely. And they are in search of another you, and there's no other you. There's no other you. And a lot of times it's so sad because you have to leave certain people alone for them to recognize how important you are to them. And that's so sad. In some relationships you can mend and, get back on the right track, but for those who really tried it, like, for those who really played in your face and you have decided there's no going back, I don't care how much they regret it. I don't care what they're doing now. You don't care about any of those things. And you've moved on with your life. And again, this is not necessarily, all relationship based. You deal with different type of relationships, and that's just, if you're a human being, you're dealing with all type of people. So, like, these people regret losing you. They regret taking advantage of you. You have upgraded yourself in a way that you're surprised and they're surprised, because you have did a whole 360. Like, you really have put in the work to change your life around, and now they see that and they're upset about it. They're saying, if I would have been more patient, if I would have been more loving with this person. Because a lot of times you come into people's lives, at your lowest point, and they don't see the potential that you have, or they see the potential, but they get so comfortable with the disrespect, and they get so comfortable with, just treating you any type of way. And I have to say, if we're being honest, a part of it can be, our fault. I'll say our, because I have been in several situations like this where I did not speak up the first time, or I allowed people to get comfortable with playing with me. And then, it's like they didn't understand that when you were done, you were done. They're used to going back and forth with people. They're used to toxic relationships. They're used to being treated themselves in a disrespectful way, and normalizing it, and vice versa. But when it came to you, for some reason, you showed them that this is not okay. You can't constantly, disrespect someone or treat them like trash and expect for them to always be there for you or be loyal to you, So you had to walk away, unfortunately. Fortunately for you, but unfortunate for them. And now you're living your life. And if you're not, it depends on what stage you are in walking away. Because if you really love these people, if these people, your family, your friends, you're someone you were in relationship with, or whatever the case, someone you genuinely cared about, truly loved, then of course it's going to have an effect on you. But you were doing the work. You were getting closer to God. You were reading your Bible. You were studying. You were praying. You were, you had to pull yourself out of that depression state. It's so much work that came in when you had to detach from who you once were. Not just, necessarily people, but you had to get rid of the old you. And that's a lot of work, and that is why a lot of people don't do it. But however, God has given you the strength to do it, and you did it. You're doing it. And like I said, it depends on what stage you are in And if you are in the beginning stages, you know, so you're gonna feel so many emotions, sad, happy, you know. But I believe later on, you know, when you begin to heal and when you begin to work a little bit more, or when God begins to break the chains, then you'll become, you know, happier, peaceful, you know. You'll get back to you. But while you were doing that, people thought it was a game until they realized that you were not coming back. You were not coming back. And you have foreseeded the old you in such a way that you can't go back to who you were. You don't even mentally recognize that person anymore. In fact, you feel sad for your old self for allowing people to do that to you, for allowing yourself to accept this and allow, you know, like, you know, there's a sadness. Like I said, when you're healing, you go through so many emotions, y'all. Like, I can't even explain it. It's like one day you're happy, one day you're like, okay, I can get through this, you know, I'm progressing, and then it go right back to the beginning stages. But you just have to stay firm and just trust the process. But that's a whole nother video. But I'm just talking about how people know that their time has been up with you, is up with you, and it will never be the same with you, ever be the same. And you're teaching them, even if you don't realize that you're teaching them this, you're teaching them not to take advantage of good people that genuinely care about other people. Because a lot of times we live in a world, and don't get me wrong, there are amazing, beautiful people out here. But, you know, it's just like when you find a good person, you hold on to them because you know that they're rare. You know that they're gentle. You know that they love hard. You know that they, you know, will have your back. So that's some company you want to be around. But instead, these people didn't have the common sense to even recognize that. And because they were probably once gentle, loving, and been taken advantage of so many times, when it came to you, you know, they just thought that they can just get over. And they had you wrong. They had you all messed up. They had you all messed up. So they will live in regret for the rest of their lives. And this is not to brag, or this is not to, you know, make fun of these people or anything like that. It just goes to show that you can't take advantage of good people. And maybe next time God bring or send a good man or woman into their lives, they won't take advantage of it. They'll recognize it and they'll hold on to it because you have taught them a lesson. You taught them a lesson. So I want you to continue to grow, continue to work on yourself, and I pray that you find loving people in every aspect of your life that care about you, that is there for you, that is more so effortless to love. And, you know, just continue to be you, protect your heart, and your time will come. Trust me, your time will come. We see it, we hear it all the time about how people left toxic relationships, left toxic family members, or left toxic anything, and they are just at peace now. God has sent them a husband or a wife who recognize who they are, and, you know, do not want to take advantage of them. And not just a husband or wife, but any type of person. You know, God can send a person into your life and they're not your blood, but they might as well have been. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys are that caring, and they're caring as well. So I just want you to hold on. Hold on, continue to do the work on yourself, and just don't change your heart for these people, because they don't deserve, you know, you to change who you once were because they have hurt you. Don't give them that opportunity. Don't give them that much power and credit over you. That's all I have for today, man. I love you guys. Thank you for everybody who have taken the time to watch the videos. I'm so grateful for it. I love doing these videos. I can do this you know, effortlessly with my eyes closed, because I feel as though, you know, it just come like second nature to me. And I wear many hats, but this is the hat that I just really enjoy. I love encouraging people. I love to see people come out of situations to where they once were broken, and now they're on a whole nother level, and they're happy, they're genuinely at peace. And you know, that's why I make these videos. So again, I love you guys, and thank you for watching. See you next video.